Welcome to the Digital Growth Hack Club, where we help you elevate your business and your bottom line. Here is your host, Jenny Jones.
Hey, I'm your host. This is Jenny Jones of the Digital Growth Hacks Club. Hey, listen, this is the first year we're doing the Golden Saas Awards here, and I do not want to hold you long. I want to get right into it, but I wanted to kind of tell you where this idea was born out of, and I'm going to try to attain you as much as I can. I put out fillers and tried to get a co-host. That didn't work out, right? I tried to get other announcers to come in, and that didn't work out. So I just wanted to follow through on what I wanted to start. And I wanted to give you an idea of some of the tools and some of the breakout tools that we had. We've searched the world, as you can see behind us. We searched the world and tried to look for some of the best tools that are out right now. And we only had 10 categories, and there was several hundred people voted and went into several different rooms, and we tried to figure out who had the best. And without further ado, I want to get right into those. And what I want to do is I want to give you an opportunity to look at even some of the nominees and some of the, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the category, and then I'm going to cover all the nominees because there was a lot of people in each category. And what I wanted to do was narrow it down to at least the top five from each category, and then allow people to vote from there. So this is strictly anonymous. People had to vote and they had to pick who they wanted to pick. I have no dog in this fight, right? I just wanted to be able, for the community that's out there, I wanted to be able to provide an opportunity for them to take a look and see what kind of tools are out there and what was good and what people thought of the tools. So without further ado, I want to get into it, and I'm going to show you different clips and probably do some small walkthroughs of some tools just to kind of tell you what I liked about them and things of that nature. And most of the tools, the best thing about it is most of the tools that were on this list, I own, or I've even had, or maybe even had at one point. And so I had an opportunity to look at most of the tools. I'd say 90% of the tools here I had an opportunity to personally look at. And if there's any footage, I would try to share with you and try to give you some of the feedback that I have. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So I want to talk about the first tool that we had is the first category is which AI writing tool, in your opinion, is the best overall in 2021, right? Which is the best overall AI writing tool. So let's take a look at the nominees for the first category in which AI writing tool is the best overall in 2021. Let's take a look at the nominees. Now, we're going to look at the nominees. One of the nominees is Closer Copy, right? I think Closer Copy is a very unique tool, very popular amongst the LTD community. And it is a tool that does some unique things. Let's take a look at it right now. Yeah, as we take a look at Closer's Copy, I think there's some things they do very simple and very well. There are some other tools out that I think do some other things as well. But let's take a look at, I think Closer's Copy is pretty good at what it does, right? Let's go into here, you open it up, right? And then you have this option to duplicate details, delete, archive, remove. So you open it up. Then you have this sense of you can just start writing. The thing about Closer's Copy is that it can actually write for you, right? It does a lot of things for you, which I appreciate. It has a lot of frameworks to set some things up for you. So yeah, that is Closer's Copy for you. Just wanted to have you take a look at that as best we could. This is a wizard that they have. You can start writing different emails, stories, training reports, book calls. A lot of things that are being done here are not being done in any other tool. So I just wanted to just give you a quick look at the AI tool Closer's Copy. Thank you. One of the other tools, I'm gonna probably give you about, yeah, one of the other tools that's in that category is nominated is Writer. So Writer, RYTR, is a pretty good tool. I heard a lot about it. Didn't have an opportunity to experience it that much. I don't have that much footage on Writer, but I do think Writer is a very, very good tool in to balance them all. And in that category, you're going to find out that there are good short form tools, and then there's good long form tools, right? So Writer is one of those tools as well. That's one of the nominees. Um, Also, we had is Outranking. Let's take a look at that tool. Outranking was a newcomer. I don't know how popular they got, but one thing I liked about Outranking, me personally, what I liked about it is its flow. It had a pretty good flow. It was more of here's A, here's B, here's C, here's D. Press finish, and it was done, right? And that's what I liked about Outranking. So let's take a look at Outranking right now.
Yeah, and this is the tool Outranking. Again, another AI writer. Um, it has SEO content. You can do SERP analysis, right? You can do some keyword searching here as well. You can actually look up questions, and it has what's called a keyword gap right here. You can put keywords. You can look up your domain there, and it'll help you find some gaps and some keyword searches there. So again, this is another good tool. The way you set up your document, it's very by the numbers. This is another very good underrated tool that's out there and is available as well. Very powerful tool. Thanks. It's Outranking.
All right, so that was a good look at Outranking there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at one of the last nominees in this category. And again, this was a large field. We had to narrow it down, but it's actually PepperType, right? PepperType. What I liked about PepperType is it gave you just enough. When I say PepperType, I like liking it as seasoning, right? You added you can already have something else, and then you add a little PepperType to it. It just makes it a little bit better. So let's take a look at PepperType. Just take a few minutes, look at this tool. What I liked uniquely about PepperType is I think it's hands down, and this is me personally, I think it's hands down one of the best short form writers out there for short copy. So, but again, let's take a look at it, and then we'll announce the winner.
Yeah, this is PepperType, inside of PepperType, and this is PepperType.ai. But what they do is they set theirs up a little bit differently. What they do is you can do all here. You can select social media. You can select copywriting, SEO, e-commerce, and product, right? What I like personally about PepperType is they have a content rewriter where it's a beta, right? It's got a little picture of a unicorn, but I use this a lot for content rewriter because what I want to do is kind of come up with my own original content and then let PepperType kind of work its magic on it and do what it needs to do. So you can actually do that. You can do Google ad copy, right? Or you can even hire an expert from PepperType to actually write your from their, they have a marketplace, and they can write your copy for you. So this has a lot of different areas that you can look at. Compelling bullet points, YouTube video description, cold emails, third person converter, engaging questions, right? So if you take engaging questions and you can do those, and then that'll generate some content for you in some of your social media sites. So again, this is PepperType. Nice tool.
All right, so that was our look at PepperType. So let's go back through the nominees. Let's go back for the category. Again, the category is which AI writing tool, in your opinion, is the best overall in 2021? Which one was the best one? our nominees again is closer copy, writer, and then outranking, and then pepper type. And the actual winner is writer. Most people felt that writer was the best AI tool released in 2021. There was a lot of them. There was others that didn't even make the cut. Long shot, a lot of others, they just did not make the cut. It was so many. And a lot of tools came this year to that category. So congratulations to Writer. They'll be notified, and they're going to get a certificate, and it's going to be a certificate and a badge they can actually put on their website, and the badge will actually show up on their LinkedIn profile as well. So again, it'll be a 2021 Golden Saas Award badge. So again, congratulations to the best AI writing tool, Writer, which is surprising, but it is. That's what everybody just felt that it was. So let's go ahead and move on to the second category. Again, there are 10 of them, and we'll move on to the second one. And let's talk about what was the sleeper tool. What was the sleeper SaaS tool of the year for 2021? I mean, a tool that no one saw from nowhere, never saw them come from anywhere. It's like, where did this tool come from? So let's look at a list of the nominees, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the nominee. And if I have some footage on them, I'm going to tell you some of the things I thought was unique about them. And then we're going to move on to each one of them. And then we're going to announce the winner like we just did. So one of the sleeper tools of the LTD year was Topic Mojo. Topic Mojo is a tool that gives you ideas on how to write content, not how to write content, but how to discover content, right? You could, if you're a content writer, content creator, you may run into a brick wall. And it happens sometimes when you're out and you're writing, you're like, oh man, I don't know what to write about. What do people want to hear about, right? And one thing that I always recommend when I'm teaching my students and some of my clients is I says, hey, listen, you have to be passionate about that particular subject. If you're passionate about that subject, then you can use a tool like Topic Mojo to find something to write about that topic, which I can appreciate that tool. Let's take a look really quick at Topic Mojo.
Hey, wanted to go ahead and take a look at Topic Mojo as well. Topic Mojo, again, a very unique tool. This is a tool that if you are stuck, you have nowhere to write, you don't know what to write about, just come to Topic Mojo. You can actually click and see what's trending, right? You can see what's going on. This is the United States, obviously. And then you can just find things to write about, right? You can ask questions, or you can see what questions people are asking when it comes to different topics. And you can pull from there as well. And you have a lot of search criteria here. You could search Etsy. You could search Shopify. You can search Reddit, TikTok, right? Paywalled, Amazon, Pinterest, Instagram, Medium, you name it, Tumblr. You can find topics from all over. This is a very powerful tool. All right, so again, this is Topic Mojo. Just to give you an idea of what people are working on and what they're looking at. Thank you.
All right, so that was our look at Topic Mojo. Now let's take a look at one of the other nominees, WriterZen, right? WriterZen is, is it an AI tool, right? Is it a different type of tool? And I don't know that it's a true AI tool as far as a writing AI tool, but it gives you ideas to write about. So if you have a tool like WriterZen and then you partner with a Topic Mojo, you are on your way to some pretty unique dynamic writing. So those two tools, you have those two tools in your toolkit, you can write into until, the sun goes down. You would have a lot of things to write about, and you'll know from both of those tools, you'll know what's trending and what people are going to want to see and what they're going to click on, right? So WriterZen is one of those tools. Let's take a quick look at that. Let's just look at one of the unique features about that tool, WriterZen.
Yeah, and this is WriterZen. Now, the thing about WriterZen is it's a mouthful, right? And if you're a content creator, there's no way you should not have multiple tools in your tool bag. Some tools are very strong at other things, whereas other tools are not. And if you tie those two together, you come out with a strong document or a strong creation. What I love about WriterZen is they have a keyword explorer, right? They have a content creator, and they have a topic discovery. If you're stuck anywhere, you could come up and you can put these different pieces together. I love working in this tool. I'm in this tool almost every day. This is a keyword search that I did a couple of days ago. And what it's able to do is it's able to tell you what the cost per click is by AdWords, by content. It gives you the top domains for that particular keyword, right? And then they have a cluster feature, which is very, very powerful. You could say, hey, I want cluster. I want you to cluster the words, mix those words with other words, right? Retirement calculator, right? And they give you those other words. And then it gives you the volume and the keyword volume. This is a very, very, very powerful tool. It shows you the search volume over the period of time. A lot of people try to retire during the summer and towards the end of the year. So you'll see spikes and people are trying to look for that. So again, this is a very, very, very good tool. Again, this is WriterZen. Thanks.
All right, so that was a good look at WriterZen. Let's go ahead and look at one of the other nominees. Let's look at VBOUT. VBOUT was one of those tools. It's a sleeper tool. Again, all these tools are sleeper tools. People didn't know where they were coming from. It's like, who are these tools that are coming out? Who are these SaaS tools coming out? VBOUT is one of those tools that it wasn't, people didn't really know what kind of package it was in, right? And it was something unique, something different that came to the community, to the SaaS LTD community. And VBOUT was one of those tools. Let's take a look at VBOUT.
And we also want to talk about VBOUT. VBOUT is another powerful tool I use for multiple brands and a lot of my own brands. And as you can see here, it is one of those tools that you could get a lot from the same information and analytics that you would get from your business page analytics, you would get inside this tool. I don't know a whole lot of other tools that's able to do that. It can give you the demographic breakdown and things of that nature. So this is a very powerful tool. I love using this tool. There's a lot of things you can do in different unique visitors who all visited on a certain day, page numbers and visits like that. Very powerful tool. Marketing haven, right? You can do a lot of different things in this tool. And this is VBOUT, very full marketing CRM system. Thank you.
All right, so that was our opportunity. We had an opportunity to look at VBOUT and see what it had to offer. VBOUT is a big tool. I mean, it has a lot. They give you everything. In fact, they almost say, listen, if you can't be successful in marketing without this tool, then we don't know what else you need, right? So that was one of the tools as well. And another tool that kind of snuck in there was Qwary, right? Pictory, right? And Qwary is one of those tools that was a little bit different. So every last one of these tools with Topic Mojo, WriterZen, VBOUT, Qwary, they were all sleeper tools. So when we put the vote out to the community, they nailed it. All of these tools were sleeper tools. People's like, where did they come from? Why are they so different? Qwary was different. So let's take a look at Qwary. And what Qwary does is you can go and pull a URL from somewhere, Universal Resource Locator, which is that www, whatever resource locator address it is, like what basically google.com, whatever those addresses is. I'm just sharing that for someone that may not know. You can put that in, preferably putting in a blog URL or something like that. What Qwary does is it goes out and it pulls all the important pieces out of that particular piece. So if someone wrote a piece on, I don't know, spaceships or something like that in the back, they would go and put together a short video clip, 60 seconds or more, on what that blog said about spaceships. So it's a very unique tool. I like the tool. I fortunately own the tool. So all these tools I just listed, I actually own all of them. So let me show you a little bit what Qwary had to offer.
Yeah, and this is Qwary. Qwary is one of those unique tools, and one thing you're going to find, and what's going to be a recurring theme with me and even my channel, is I love unique tools because I think they have a unique value proposition. There's other tools out there that's been there, done that, but I like unique tools that no one's done it before, and they're first to market. This is one of those tools I haven't seen a lot of other companies do. I think a lot of people are being creative in some of the things that they do, but this is one where you could take an article and turn it into a video. What you do here is you copy in a blog post, you paste it in here, and it will go and it will put together a video for you from that blog post. Very powerful tool. Script to video. You can actually put your company message in there, a training guide, and put the script in there, and it'll match that up for you. This is visuals to video, drag and drop. You can put the visuals in there and create short videos using existing images and or video clips. And again, editing videos with voice using text, right? So you can cut portions of video out, add logo, intro, outro, things of that nature. And I worked on a project, I want to say a couple of months ago, using this tool. And what I basically did was I put in my URL for this ad that I run. I created my own app. It's in the App Store and it's in the Apple Store. And what I wanted to do is get more people interested in it. So I went to my actual website and pasted the website in, and then I had the website generate this video, this document for me. And all these, it pulled all this from Shutterstock. It pulled all the photos and the videos and all that. Okay, so this is just a powerful tool. You exported it out, you can preview it, and then you can generate the export. And then you can edit the scenes and the clips from below. Very, very, very powerful tool. Again, does things that no other tool could basically do. Very good tool. This is Qwary.
Okay, so we had a look at Qwary. So we looked at Topic Mojo. We looked at WriterZen. We looked at VBOUT. We looked at Qwary. Let's see which tool won for the sleeper LTD tool. And listen, any one of these could have won. I'll just be honest with you. Any one of these tools could have won. But let's see who actually won. The actual winner is VBOUT. VBOUT actually won in this category, which was the sleeper LTD tool of the year. A lot of people say, well, you do that already. No, I didn't know. I own all of these tools. I actually think all of them are sleeper tools of the year. But listen, that was a good one. That was a tough one too. That one was pretty close, but looks like VBOUT won that one. So congratulations to VBOUT out there. So let's move on to our third category. And what our third category was, what was the LTD or the SaaS learning management system of the year of 2021? What was the learning management LMS 2021 tool of the year? Let's look at the nominees, right? When I say nominees, you got to think, man, there's probably maybe 15 LMSs that came out this year. I would say, yeah, probably about 10, or at least 10. But you can probably say it's 15 to someone I didn't even know about. But it all came down to this is what the people selected, not me. This is what they selected, and this is what we nailed down to. Let's look at the nominees, right? So one of the nominees is a CADLE, right? It's called ACADLE, right? A CADLE is one of those tools, came out of nowhere, right? But it's a learning management system. Um, you had to spend a lot of money to really get that tool, and get some of the tiers and some of the features you really wanted out of that tool. Gamification, community. I think community was on their roadmap. I think they just released that. So there's a lot of things going on in that tool. That's a big tool as well. So let's take a look at Akato. Let's just take a quick look at it and see how it looks inside.
Yeah, this is a Cato, right? This is one of the LMSs we were talking about. Has a dashboard. I have courses here, users, settings, admin, and this is one of the ways you create the course. You could set everything up from here. Do you want it to be locked? You can tag your courses here, high duration, enable free flow, choose a actual image logo, mark this course as live, open it up. This course is pretty darn big. This particular learning management system has a lot to do in it. You can manage the lessons that are already created. You can go in there, and like every other layout, you have it's left to right. You have your lessons over here and your chapters, and then you actually have the actual lessons here. So again, just wanted to just give you an opportunity to see what this tool looks like inside. So I was doing some embedding, trying to put some videos here, and that's the reason why this looks like this. But very powerful tool, very, very powerful.
Okay, so we looked at Akato. That was one of the tools, one of the LMSs. Let's take a look at ThriveCart Learn Plus, which that's a tool kind of came on a little bit late in the year, but it still arrived as an LMS, and it is a SaaS product, and it has a lifetime deal associated with it as well. Let's take a look at ThriveCart Learn Plus.
Yeah, and this is inside of ThriveCart Learn, right? This is not Learn Plus. This is just Learn. Plus gives you some extra things, some gamification, and some other things. I have so many other learning tools. I did not opt for the Plus option, but I still can create courses from here. You can create course bundles. You can see your students, and you can see your entire team there. But you can create a new project. My new class. Right here, create my new project. And then you can actually create your course from here. And then so what you do is you can upload your logo. You can put the course description here. Course layout. Do you want everything this is traditional where you everything goes to the side, or you can have the top menu where everything flows down from the top, or you can have the grid set up where all your courses just set and chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. So this is a nice little layout here, different, right? It's different than what we saw with Akato, right? And so there's a lot of different tools that are out there. So hopefully you had a good opportunity to see most of them that we have shown today. Thanks.
Okay, so we just took a quick look at ThriveCart Learn Plus, and then there was I don't have copies, or I don't have any footage of Moodle, which was it was one of the nominees, Moodle's Moodle. And then another strong finish was Spayee, Spayee. And so that was another LMS tool that came out. But let's take a look. Let's see who won that category. That was a very stacked category. Let's take a look and let's see who won that category for the best LTD learning management system of 2021. The winner goes to Akato. Akato won that. Actually, they won that by a large margin. right? They won that by a large margin. It's a very, very, very good tool. Very, very good tool. White label is solid on it. You can set up a couple of different academies within it, right? You have a community inside of it. You have gamification, right? You have certificates. This was a full meat loaf sandwich. This was a very, very, to me, probably one of the best LMSs I've seen come through in quite some time. So again, the people voted, right? ThriveCart was up there too. ThriveCart Learn Plus was up there and came in a second. I think what they like about ThriveCart is, and what they're liking about some of the new LMSs that are coming out is they keep you in the platform. So once you make your purchase, you can automatically go into the classroom. That's powerful, right? Because you don't miss a beat. A person doesn't have to get a new sign in and all of that. Once you make the purchase, you move into that. One of the things I think Cato lacked when they first came out is they didn't really have a payment gateway, right? So you have to actually allow that person to get access to that tool later on. I think they ended up getting a payment gateway, but initially early on they didn't have that, but they had so much other things that people just love that tool. And now that they got the payment gateway, it just makes it all the better as well. So that was a very tough field right there. So let's go ahead and move on to the fourth category. This category was a little bit unique, and there wasn't a large selection of different tools to look at. But this category is, what was the best new sound SaaS tool, SaaS LTD in 2021? And let's take a look at one of the nominees. One of the nominees was Upbeat, right? That came out this year out of nowhere, like gangbusters, right? And it's called Upbeat, OPPBEAT. It's called Upbeat. And let's take a look at that. Let's see what's unique about that tool.
Yeah, and we take a look here at Upbeat. Let's take a look at Upbeat here. And one of the things I like about Upbeat is they give you, all your categories, your discoverers. Hey, I want to see what's going on. What do you got going on here? Upbeat Christmas favorites, festival sound kit, different things like that. Then you get into your beats. What kind of beats do you want? Sunny beats, vintage beats, stylish beats, chill hop beats, hip hop beats, lazy beats, New York City vibe, background beats, top creator picks, mood, funny, creator. It's a lot of choices here. What I like about what they added towards the end of the year is they added sound effects, which is definitely much needed. You can go in here and search for sound effects. I started adding sound effects to my videos once I figured out that they actually had them. You can get it rain, you can forest. I'm doing a class. It's called Midnight Money. I'm doing that with some youth and some other people that are interested into cryptocurrency. So I borrowed some sounds from here. Very much worked out. Cricket sounds to Signs of Midnight. I love Upbeat. I love that you use this tool as well. Use this almost at least twice a week. All right, so this is Upbeat. Thanks.
All right, and so that was a look at Upbeat. So let's take a look at one of the other nominees, which is SoundDraw. Let's take a look at that particular tool. Let's see what it does. Let's see what is so different about it as a best new sound SaaS coming out. Let's take a look at it. Let's see what it does.
Yeah, and this is a look at SoundDraw, right? SoundDraw is another one of those tools, a little bit different from Upbeat. Upbeat gives you a large variation. What SoundDraw does is just drills down into beats and creating beats on your own, just from pulling AI beats. So a lot of them say, hey, what kind of AI beats do you want to pull? Right? Do you want to pull something happy, emotional, relaxing? That's the mood. What's the theme? Is it a background? Is it advertisement? Is it corporate? And then what you can do, you can come in and select the tempo. Hey, I want a fast, slow, right? And then you can select what kind of musical instruments you want with it. And then you can just hit create music. And then what you do from there is it creates the music for you. And then from there, you can download the music we'll put this music in there I'll just let you take a look at it. What you do is you put that music or any one of them you like, you put them down here. Then you can change the tunes and the beats and come up with your own beats. This is all strike free as well as Upbeat. Those are strike free music. You don't have to worry about any music because you're kind of creating them on your own with the content that you use over them. So that is how that works. You can fill in the melody, the bass, the drums, the feel, and you can do a lot of editing here up to about 5 minutes here. So good, another nice tool. Hope all is going well. Thanks.
And we took a look at SoundDraw. You can see two different, very distinct, differently tools. And let's take a look at one of the other nominees. Actually, I don't have that one. I had it, but I don't have it anymore. But it's Dystopia, right? Dystopia was a tool that came out. It was a tool that did they did podcasts, right? And it's podcasts where you can sell merch, right? So you can sell the merch to say, hey, if I have a podcast show and it's Silky Slim or whatever, I can sell Silky Slim t-shirts within the platform as well. So which I thought was very unique for a tool like that. And they gave you unlimited podcasts that you can create, right? It's not like you're going to go around and create 100 podcasts, right? But they did give you that ability that you can do that. What I thought was pretty challenging on that tool for me, and I had the tool, but what I thought was challenging was you had to download their particular app. So people could not get your podcast unless you had that app, right? And I thought that was a little strange. I thought that was a little bit restrictive for me. And that was one of the reasons why I did not retain that particular tool, but I did like the tool. I really did like the tool, but for me and for what I was trying to do, it did not work out for me. So let's take a look at who was number one in this category for the best new LTD sound of 2021. Let's take a look at it. The winner is SoundDraw, right? And so the people voted SoundDraw. SoundDraw was different. SoundDraw came on the scene. I think they're based out of Tokyo, right? Met with the founder earlier. They were a very unique tool, and they're a tool that takes AI sounds and put them together to make beats, right? So what they were doing and I still get emails on the different beats that they're adding that says, hey, we added a beats in this particular area. We added a beat in that area. And what they do is they just tape them together using AI. So that was a unique tool. It was a little bit different. It was different from any other sound tool that we had seen before. So that was the fourth category. So now let's move on to 5. So we're halfway there, right? We're halfway home. And what I want to do with this show and what I want to do moving forward is I want to add some more categories. So if you're thinking of any more categories or a category that I missed, you can go ahead and add that in the comments below. Or when you see this on the YouTube channel, you can go ahead and add the comments. Hey man, use this next time or add this category, right? And this is just something that I decided to do because a lot of these tools I already own. And I thought, I wonder what the community thinks about these tools. So that was the reason why I kind of put the Golden Saas Awards together. And we'll probably continue on and try to do them again next year. Depends on the participation. And depends on the comments and stuff that I get if you guys want to see this again. And again, this was an anonymous survey. I ran it through several different rooms, through several chat rooms, through several groups. And I says, hey, here's an anonymous vote. You can put, it didn't ask for emails, didn't ask for anything. All it wanted was voting, right? And so that was one of the things that we did there. So next thing we want to do is we want to talk about number 5 is the best new engaged founder of 2021, right? And it was the founders that came aboard and kind of took the community, embraced the community and says, hey, tell us what you want. Tell us what you're looking for. Because if you want it, then it's going to be it'll be very beneficial for us to add it in order for us to increase our MRR, our monthly recurring revenue with our other paying customers. So we'll take you guys on. We'll take you on as beta testers and kind of help us and grow the actual tool that we have. And so what we wanted to have a category because there are some founders that really get involved. There's some that get personal. and which is unfortunate, right? But as a creator myself, I can get a little personal sometimes, right? And you put your best foot forward, and people don't care. They don't, they take it for granted, and they kind of embarrass you, and you feel bad about that. But some founders took a lot of that in stride and made their tools better as a result. So let's take a look at the nominees. So one of the nominees we have is Nico Engler of Closer Copy. He was a very active, all of these founders, by the way, are very active. But Nico Engler of Closer Copy was a very involved founder. He took a lot of feedback from his users group, and he incorporated a lot of those. And it's like he listened. He had his ear to the pulse of what the people wanted. I commend Nico for that. And let's look at one of the other nominees here. We have Richard of VBOUT. He very involved from the beginning, from day one. He was very involved in just getting in contact, knowing what people needed. Their customer service was always on point. They always knew what questions to answer and things like that. So again, hats off to him, hats off to Nico. And then there was another kind of came at the last minute, but he came on strong. Tan May of Predis .ai. He came on pretty strong. He was involved with the community and still is involved to this day. He's passionate, right? That guy run around with his hair on fire for Predis.ai. I'd be funny, but all three of these people, I've interacted with all three of them, and it's always been a pleasant interactive every single time. And let's see who the engaged founder of 2021 is. Who's the best? Who's the best? Who did the people vote who the best was? The winner is Richard of VBOUT. Wow. Okay, so Richard of VBOUT. Again, VBOUT wins again. Let's hear what Richard have to say about that. He's not present, obviously, because I'm up here in a spaceship, but let's see what he had to say about that.
Hey guys, Richard from VBOUT is here. I wanted to thank you for this amazing award, and I have a confession to make. The first couple of weeks of the deal were extremely overwhelming for us. We handled over 1,000 tickets between our own live thread tickets and also our support and the deal questions. Now, I rolled up my sleeves and we went in there because I wanted to hear what you have to say. What is your feedback? How do you perceive our product? What means to you in terms of growth, and how do you market? All your feedback were listened to, and in fact, you already see some of the features already out, from custom SMTP, more integrations with Zapier-like products, translations. We have the product already ready in few localized languages, and a lot more to come. So again, thank you. I'm really excited about this community, and I promise you to keep listening in the future and building the product based on what you have to say.
All right. Thank you, Richard. Thank you for sharing your words there. And you guys did do a good job. VBOUT did a good job. Their customer service is on point. The founder is involved. They're still involved. They do a lot of training. They do a lot of weekly trainings. They do daily trainings and weekly trainings. I've never seen a company give you so much training on their tool. They really want you to be successful. So I appreciate that about them. All right. So what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about, let's talk about who do you think the surprise latecomer of the 2021 years? Who came on late out of nowhere? He's like, what is this about? Right. So let's look at it was a large field. This is a large field. We had the likes, let's talk about, we had the likes of Flute and Live, Masteria, Marble, Utubo, right? We had Hexomatic. We had Pagemaker, right? We had Captain Data. A lot of these tools came on at the end, right? They weren't there at the beginning of the year, but they kind of came on at the end around October, November, December, around that time frame, and they just shot out of nowhere, right? Shot out of a cannon. It's like, whoa, what are these tools? Who are these tools, right? And what I want to do is as we move forward and kind of progress on, I don't want to linger around and hang out a whole lot of time, but I do whatever, if the tool wins, I probably just give you a little overview and what it does and kind of show you if I have the tool. The fortunate part about this is I think I've tested all of these tools and I own some of them. I own most of them. So let's look at, these are the nominees, right? The top nominees were Hexomatic, Pagemaker, and Captain Data. Those, out of all these tools, out of all these latecomers, these three rose to the top, but there could only be one winner, right? And the winner, let's take a look who the winner is. The winner is Pagemaker. Pagemaker, the people voted and people said, hey, Pagemaker is that tool, that latecomer that came out of nowhere and started adding these different types of different things to there's some other tools, they just came after the vote, right? And so after we got all the votes in, there's some other late tools, and those tools will probably be involved in next year's voting. And there's one tool, I'm not even going to say their name, but they really come to the top of my mind when I think of a latecomer. But theirs was so late, they were super late, right? And so yeah, so let's take a look at Pagemaker. Let's see what they're doing that's so different about what everybody else is doing. And this is a strong field, by the way. So let's take a look at Pagemaker. All right, so we had a look at Pagemaker. Pagemaker was very different. Pagemaker is a landing page builder, and they're very good at what they do. Had a couple of landing page tools that come out last year. I think a lot of people took advantage of that. But Pagemaker came out of nowhere this year, and I thought they did a very, very good job of that. So let's take a look. What I want to do now is let's take a look at the best white labeled LTD of the 2021 year. Let's take a look at who had the best white label, right? Who had the best opportunity for you to take a tool and make it your own and then resell it to your customers? Who had the best white label solution? Let's take a look at the nominees first of all. So one of the nominees was Looped In, right? I think Looped In went through a little name change, right? I actually own that tool. I think it's a pretty good tool, right? And their white label is pretty good, right? Plutio is another one. I heard a lot about that one. I think that was a duplication of one of my tools, so I did not purchase that one, but Plutio is in there as well. VBOUT, again, is up there. That's after for white label. And then Qwary, right? Qwary was the actual tool that we used to gather all of the input from all the surveys. I love that tool. That tool is sneaky good, right? It's called Qwary, Qwary. So that tool was in there. And so those are the tools we have. And so we talk about VBOUT. So we looped in Plutio, VBOUT, and then Qwary. The best white labeled LTD 2021. Who is that? Let's take a look. Who do you think it is? Right? Leave the comments below if you even agree with that white label selection. So let's look at that. See what is here. And the best white label tool goes to VBOUT. To VBOUT. And again, these are all anonymous, right? Everybody knows VBOUT was a favorite of mine, but I own all these tools, right? And I'm just putting that out there. The people voted. I just give because I think I want to be authentic. I don't want people to say, oh, well, he just did this. No, that's what people voted for. And that's what we came up with. So it's VBOUT. So congratulations again to VBOUT. VBOUT is really racking up here today. So let's take a look at the next one, the next category, the best LTD in the video category. And that one's kind of a strange one, I think, next year. And maybe you can leave your comments below on how we can best categorize that one. But what I put is the best LTD video category for hosting and editing, and et cetera, right? It's like, if it fit in the video, if it did something with video, let's just throw it in there, right? Which that can go in a couple of different directions. but I just put hosting, editing, etc. Right, and I probably could have did a better job on that, but that's all I can think of at that particular time. And let's take a look at the nominees. Right, so one of the nominees is Spoke. Right, Spoke is it's a video player that what you can do is you can take an entire Zoom call and you can pull the Spoke in, and what the Spoke will do is it'll record all the wording, and then you can go back and highlight the words you want to remove or highlight parts of the speech that you want to keep, and then break that down to a micro video. Spoke did some pretty unique things, right? And it's really in the video translation as well. Another tool was VBOUT TV player, which is a pretty unique tool. That tool, it's hosting, it's kind of runs with the likes of YouTube, right, or some of the other ones that are out there. You can actually host your videos, and you can actually change the player. And some of the other name escapes me right now, but some of those players out there that you can use a VBOUT TV player and create that. And then another one is one of the last nominees is Vidstep. Vidstep came along. Vidstep kind of is a tool, is a little teaching tool that you can kind of take people through these steps. And then if they like the steps, they can say, hey, you can buy the book here, and they can actually buy the book from the actual Vidstep. I thought Vidstep was pretty good at what it did. I just don't think Vidstep allowed you the opportunity to make the tool your own, which I think would have probably helped that tool a little bit more if they had had a little bit more white labeling to it, because everything was Vidstep, right? And so that's what I thought the challenge was. I liked the tool, but it didn't work for me, because I would have loved to have embedded a lot of their videos and then people still buy from me, but everything they bought was from Vidstep. It appeared, but it's still a nice tool. For me, it just was too much. And let's take a look at who the winner is. The video category, hosting, editing, etc. Right? I don't comment below. You guys help me out on that one. All right. So let's take a look at that one for next year. And the winner of that is Spoke. Spoke actually won best video category for hosting, editing, etc. Spoke is a sneaky good tool, right? And so I challenge you to take a look at that tool if you have an opportunity, or if it's still available, you can take a look at that as well. So one of the last and to the second to the final SaaS tool that we're going to look at who had the best customer service software, right? And again, I don't know. I mean, I just think customer service is one of those things we saw a little bit of this year. And I thought it would be a good opportunity for us to try to see who that tool was. And so let's look at the nominees, because when I say nominees, there's a lot of tools. We had to thin it down to the top 3 or 4, and to that way we can actually make a better decision. And let's take a look at some of the customer service software. Flowlu, right? Flowlu is a very, very unique tool. I call it thin, right? Because it's thin. It's not bulky. Doesn't have a whole lot going on with it. You can kind of get in and do what you need to do with it. It has some ticketing into it. You can have employees punch into it and do different things. It has an invoicing side, right? It has a customer service side. And I like Flowlu, right? So they're one of the nominees for this category for best customer service. One of the other customer service software is Consoluto, right? Consoluto is a software, right, that you can actually install a customer service widget on your web page. So when people come there, they can click on the widget, and then once they click on the widget, it could either take them to into a chat room, or it can have that person says, hey, I'm not available. It can have them click on a form, and they can fill out the form, and it can send them to a calendar. They can actually fill out the calendar as well. Or when you're speaking to somebody, you give them a free consult. Hey, the first 15 minutes are free. And you get on the phone with them and you like what they're saying. They like what you're saying. And they say, hey, I want to, how much does it cost to spend another 30 minutes with you? Because I don't know, it's about $100 an hour. I'll go ahead and charge you $50. You can actually put in a link to PayPal. It's a PayPal automatic link. So as soon as you put the link in the chat box, you send it to them, they click on it, and it automatically sends it to PayPal, which I thought was pretty good. I had never seen that before, but that was a pretty good, unique feature within Consoluto. And then one of the other tools was Deskera. Deskera was one of the customer service software tools. That was early on in the year, and so that was on there as well. So I'm interested to see who won this as well. So let's take a look here. All right, so for best LTD customer service software for 2021 is actually Flowloo. The people voted and they determined that Flowloo is the best customer service software tool for 2021, right? So you had Deskera and you had Consoluto as well. But the number one tool is Flowloo, right? So congratulations to Flowloo. Congratulations to all the winners. But now we're going to talk about the moment everyone has been waiting for. Everyone has been waiting for this moment as we kind of wrap this up, bring this show to a close. It'll be grandiose and flair by the time the 50th time we've done it, right? I'm not sure how the Macy's parade started out, but it's a big grandiose thing now. We don't know what the SaaS, once we get sponsors, right, we'll be able to do that. But let's take a look at the LTD tool of the year, right? Who is the LTD tool of the year? Let's take a look at the nominees, right?
Hey guys, this is Ken Moo. Today I'm super excited to partner with Jenny Jones from Digital Growth Hacks Club to present the nominees for the LTD SaaS of the year. And the nominees are Closer Copy, VBOUT, and WriterZen. And now, the winner for the LTD SaaS of the year is VBOUT. Congratulations, guys. And now we have the founder, Mr. Richard Fala, to share his message.
Hey guys, Richard from VBOUT is here, and I just wanted to take a quick minute to thank you for choosing us as the Golden Saas Award of the year. VBOUT cannot be what it is today without your commitment. You've invested your money, you invested your time, and you've given us amazing feedback to improve the product and make it what it is today. You have my promise and my team's commitment to give you with top line tools and technologies is going to help you elevate your marketing game in 2022, which ultimately will increase your top line revenue. I'm really excited about our journey together, and I wish you and your families and your team a great end of 2021 and a much better year to come. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Richard, for graciously accepting the award. Again, all these winners will get a certificate and or a badge with the Golden Saas Award on it. And the badge will be able to be displayed on their Facebook pages. They'll be able to share that award. It also embeds inside of your achievements inside of LinkedIn. So it is a very unique badge. Obviously, it was another tool that I purchased that gives you this unique feature. And again, this has been a pleasure just doing this, compiling the data, asking people to vote. Hey, did you get a chance to vote? Did you get a chance to vote? Wanted to hear what the people had to say. And the people have spoken, and this is what they've said. So I'll have a list of, after this goes off, I'll just have a running list of all the winners of each one of the categories. And you can leave your comments below. How could I make this better? Right? I'm not perfect, right? And I'm one person, and I run 7 brands, right? And I run 3 different companies. So I'm really busy, but what I love doing is love sharing and love empowering other entrepreneurs. I believe everybody should be an entrepreneur. I really do believe that. And so that's why I'm always trying to educate people, to give them that slight edge and see what they can do to make them more profitable. I love helping founders, but I love helping other people as well. And I want those people to come together. That's why I created a real estate company called Win-Win. I love when I can put people together and make business happen and make deals happen. Listen, this has been Jenny Jones. It has been a pleasure to work with you. And thank you for staying to the end. And I really appreciate that. See you next year. I'm going to try to have another one next year around the same time. It really depends on how viral this one goes or how much feedback or how much watch time that I get from this one. If I decide to do another one next year, if you appreciate it, go ahead and like or comment below or like it up, and make sure you subscribe. I am a hack. I am a digital hack. I'm always looking for that next tool, for that next software purchase that'll help my business go just a little bit further, and that I'm able to share with my clients and my customers alike. Again, this has been Jenny Jones. Thank you for your time. 2021 Golden Saas Awards is in the books. Take care. God bless. See you next time. Goodbye for now.
Thank you for joining us here on the Digital Growth Hack Club, where we help you elevate your business and your bottom line. Please do not forget to subscribe and share. And until next time, goodbye for now.